Sketching circles and curves. First up, I'll sketch an aided sketch of a circle and a half circle. So first of all, we'll put in some lines that are going to serve as center lines for the circle and curve. Then this is the easy way to produce a circle or a curve. Take our compass, and the compass I'm using is an old high quality compass. You can buy a pretty good quality compass for $12 to $25. The $25 set will probably see a set that also has a small compass. That's also handy to have, but if you're using something that's cheap and nasty, it will make life difficult because the compass won't hold its size, and the lead will probably be poor quality. And like anything, a reasonable quality tool makes the job just that much more enjoyable. So first of all, we'll set our radius. We'll set it to 25 millimeters. Place our compass at the center of the lines that are going to become our center lines, and draw the circle in. And when we're drawing an aided circle, we might as well complete it as a fully lined in circle with the compass the first time we use it. So we'll just put our center lines in, because every circle will need to be located on our sketch and dimensioned, which we'll go over a little later on in the course. So there's our circle, and a curve is produced in much the same way. It's just that it's not a full circle. So we'll just draw that in there, and quite often you'll have a line that's perhaps tangential to the curve, but in this case we'll just work to a center line. Put in our center lines, and there are aided sketches, which is similar to a formally drawn circle. Now the next thing we're going to do is do the same thing, but do it freehand, and that's where it comes a little bit more tricky. So follow the same process in terms of dropping the center line. So we'll just sketch a center line down here. We need something to follow, to some structure. If we were to try and just draw a circle, and it's probably not going to become a very round circle. So if we look at where our radius points are, mark them on the center lines, then sketch a square in to start with, because our circle will fit within the square. And if you need to, particularly for larger circles, it's quite good to put in some diagonal lines into our square, just so that our eye has something to guide it. And then if we can sketch the circle in quarters. It is easier if your hand is inside the circle. I'm not going to be able to do that because my bit of paper's fastened to the desk. Hopefully the circle will end up reasonably round. And we'll line the circle in. Once your eye has something to follow, the pencil will tend to follow the original line. Okay, not perfectly round, but it's a sketch. and then drawing our circle, our centre lines. And there we have a more or less round circle. Now, to draw the half circle is the same process, so I'm not going to repeat that, but I'll show you a slightly different method, and that is to use a series of radial lines. So we'll draw a diagonal through here first, and then we'll split those diagonals. And you can create as many diagonals as you like to give you some reference points. And then what we'll do then is put a series of radius lines that are more or less at the radius for the circle around these points. Now that one's probably too far out in. Once again, it's just all going by eye, so it's not going to be exactly the right size. But so that's more or less round, and then we'll use our pencil and just line that in, once again working from point to point. Once again, we'll put our centre line in. In this case, I'm going to go a little bit higher so that it is actually the centre line, and our original point. And there we have two methods of creating a freehand circle and the simple method of using a compass.